Welcome back to Sunrise. Olatunbosun Abolarinwa joins us next. He's a security consultant. And thank you, morning. Thank you for joining us again today. We're looking at the challenge that we've got at the moment. Well, there are those who, while also keeping tabs on what's going on out there in terms of availability of funds to transact business, they also say security ranks topmost here. Well, there's been this call about consistency in terms of how we operate security, but we had a recent article from you lately. Why are you so concerned about development at the moment?
Good morning, guys. Uh, Here is the issue of consistency as well. There is no way you can run security of lives and properties if there is no consistency in operation, continuation of business, and consistency in the leadership of those that are supposed to drive security ship forward. The organization that is responsible for driving security of lives and properties in Nigeria today is the Nigerian Police Force. Unfortunately, I've watched, and under my watch between 2010 and now, we've hired and fired about 5 IGPs for political reasons without giving sensitivity to the effect of that on the millions of people they are meant to be protecting. And that is beginning to give me some concerns. Having 5 IGPs within 5 years is 5 different policies that have gone down the drain. About scores of DIGs that the country has invested money on. And I think it's time for us to start thinking of how to get that right. It's time for us to start considering how to look at that. We don't just change leadership in security and continue to say there is problem. We're getting that wrong, and I think it's high time we start looking into that aspect in order for us to have some degree of consistency in the way we protect lives and properties in Nigeria.
Can you identify any concrete areas where this change of leadership has actually affected policies, especially the continuation of what you may term good policies?
Good. I'm sure you are aware that since the beginning of the Nigerian police reform, which started back in 2010, it comes with different leadership in Nigerian police force coming up with a policy statement, a kind of blueprint of, I think I started with the one of former IGP Ogbona Onovo. He came up with his own blueprint, what he has in stock for Nigerian police. It was removed, and that was the end of that blueprint. The next thing you will see is that Ringim came up came up with its own blueprint too, and before you knew it, he was fired for one reason or the other, and that went down with that. So we've had series of that. I've lost count of different policies, and I think that the way we go about that is really affecting continuation of business or good continuation of business in the area of security of lives and properties. And I think that is what will explain why we seems to be having police at the backstage of the fight against terrorism. They are supposed to be the one at the forefront, not the military. The military are meant to go back to the barrack one day. The bulk of the issue of security of lives and properties, be it kidnapping, robbery, terrorism, still come back to lie on the desk of the police. And from the way they have been treated in the last 5 years, I think we may be having a big problem ahead if care is not taken and if the government of the day is not giving due attention. It has been rumored now that the last appointee of the last government are going to be cleared up. Top of that list is the Inspector General of Police. I hope that is a rumor. I hope that is not going to be the truth. The issue of hiring and firing police officers for political reasons It's as good as saying that policing is rubbish. And if you say policing is rubbish, if you don't respect them, if you don't give them due attention, if you don't handle them with sensitivity and you are handling them with levity, then the product you are going to get at the end of the day is going to be rubbish policing. And that is going to cost us lives and properties.
Who do you put this blame on when you talk about different policies and programs of meant to strengthen the Nigerian police being scuttled, midway? First, recall that even China Television had taken it upon as a corporate social responsibility to beam its searchlight on the police college here in Lagos and a couple of other things that so many individuals have done to making sure we have a better police, system in the country. Is it the man who comes and not look into the policy program of the last heads of the police, or is it the government? Because it will seem as if we're getting it, I think, twisted somewhere. Where does this blame lie?
Okay. I think I will answer that question by putting the question back to you. Hello?
Go ahead.
Good. I think I'm going to put the question back to you. In the last 5 years.
But in this case, I think I want you to answer the question. It can be more rhetorical, but I need an answer from you.
I will answer the question, and I think everything lies on the presidency, because the presidency should be the one that would work either with the Ministry of Police Affairs or Police Service Commission to come up with a policy statement or a policy blueprint that is going to guide whoever that come into police force leadership, whoever that is at the helm of the affairs of the force, so that they will not deviate. There will be a specific blueprint. There are people who can come together and put this blueprint together for them. It can be vetted. So we have something like a booklet that says policing policy for Nigeria. The moment whoever that is at the helm of the affairs of running the police force step out of that, somebody from the top